Wildcat Nation, welcome back to every Pod A Wildcat. Once again, I'm with our boy, Jareem Dowling. Looking forward to talking about our team. Let's talk about this year's team. We're 6-3, one possession loss to Liberty. Got smacked at home by an LSU team that's playing really well right now. The return of Cam Carter to the house, and they punked us on the glass. Then we just went up, Big East Challenge. In the Big East Challenge, every home team won except Oklahoma State beat Seton Hall at Seton Hall. That gave the Big 12 the victory. So in the challenge, but I mean, every home team held their home court, right? So played a good first half against St. John's, and then they really took it to us the second half. It felt like we wore down, and they pounded us on the glass. But we're everything we want still ahead of us, and we still have a lot of room to improve. But tell me what you think of the team, and maybe talk about a couple guys in particular if you want to, or and then what's ahead of us.
I really like our guys. I think we have a good group of guys. I think the nuance of everything is still making it a challenge to make them as connected as you want them to be, because they have access to so much more, especially when you have money, that you're not going to lean on an individual as much, when you can go buy a video game tomorrow if you want to, buy a nice car if you want to, fly your family in to see them so you spend more time with your family, There's just so many more things that they can kind of get distracted by, having access to NIL. And I think our team best days is ahead of us. Because I see segments of them in games that we played where we want to go, that we can get there, and we just got to continue to work on it every single day and believe in each other and pour into each other and be transparent with each other and, speak the truth to them, without degrading them, speaking the truth to them, The air is definitely rebounding. We gotta rebound. We gotta rebound the basketball. I mean, it's clear as day. Somebody that doesn't watch basketball can see that we're not doing well in that area, and that's something that we gotta correct to get to where we want to get to. I think individual guys have shown spurts of what they can really do to help this team, but we need more consistency, as a group. And communication. You can never talk too much as a team, and that's one area I think we got to continue to talk more on and off the court about the game so that it becomes easier and it slows down for us. And, you get in sync when you're comfortable with somebody because you communicate with them so much, you kind of get to the point where you can finish their sentence and you know what they're thinking, and we got to get to that point. We're not there yet.
Can you do that in 8-10 months?
You can. Yeah, you can. Anything is possible. Yeah, but anything is possible. But you can do that in 8 to 10 months. And it takes time,
I agree with you definitely on the rebounding. And, as a coach, I always say the first thing you change is effort. The second thing you change is personnel. The last thing you change is scheme. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to try and change some effort and then move into some personnel here. As far as the communication goes, the talking on defense, the second half against St. John's, there were so many times where we didn't talk on the switch and gave up easy things. And it's vet guys, like guys who know when, whether it was fatigue or the environment, our first true road game, I saw that on film. And I do believe that we've had individuals who have played well in different games, and now it's about that word that you said, consistency. Yeah. And consistency comes through forging, right? We have to continue every day, iron sharpens iron, just holding them accountable, and guys learning how to compete at a high level every single day, so that we can get a consistent effort for 40 minutes. Because I thought we played 20 minutes. Maybe 25 minutes at St. John's. And we have to be able to stretch that. When you play a team like that, an NCAA tournament caliber team, you can't play for less than the 40 minutes.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
So you got anything for me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna piggyback off of my brother A-Dub. How are you doing?
I'm doing better as a person.
Yeah.
Right. Like this whole the season can be long and trying, and there's always certain battles. I did not. I spent a lot of time like trying to like have some stuff in place for how to help the guys deal with the whole NIL thing and the perception, and I probably didn't realize how much it would affect me. And the blessing is that I have a staff who would confront me and say, "Man, you're not being yourself. You're not being the best version of you." And so I was able to check that and see, where I was allowing my thinking to be wrong. I wasn't. In Philippians 4:8 it says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, of good report, if there's any virtue and if there's any praise, think on those things." And I wasn't thinking on the good. I was too focused on how much we need to improve on what we don't do well. And so my thinking has changed, and I'm more determined than ever that this group is going to achieve, what we've set out to achieve this year. And we don't have to do it in everybody else's timing. And everybody wants you. One day Gonzaga's the best team in the country, and the next day, because they lose a game. One day, UConn will never lose a game. And then the next day, everybody, like 1 minute, we're great, and the next minute we're terrible, and that's the media. But in our offices and in this gym, we know we're continuing to improve daily, and I love that we're figuring out some things, and it may not be as fast as people on the outside want to be figured out, but it's in our timing and what we need, and so I'm excited about what's in front of us.
So to piggyback off that, basically you're saying our expectation as a staff and the program is number one priority. We have such a passionate fan base that, probably would say that we don't have the strongest schedule in the world, that we haven't beaten teams by 40 and 50. And, the games that we've lost, they're disappointed in how we lost them. Like, what would you say to that?
They're right. I'm disappointed in the games we lost and how we lost them. I want to win those games, right? And do I look at a game and say, man, we won by 18, we should have run by 40? Yes, I do that all the time. I looked at the game, we scored 120 and thought we could have scored more and held them to less. So nobody's expectation is greater than ours. And I love our fans' passion, right? And it goes both ways, right? Like I can't just love their passion when we win.
Facts.
Right? I love their passion when we lose. And so when people send me a message and say, man, your guys aren't rebounding, you don't have good ball movement, I'm like, you're right. And on offense, and our offense got stagnant in the second half against St. John's. And so that's for us to correct as a staff. And so love the passion of our fans, appreciate that. And I know that, what we've said we're going to do, we're going to have a parade in Manhattan one year. Right, and that is the goal, and that is what we're going to work for every single day. And if we're patient with each other and continue to support each other, right, it is going to happen.
I firmly believe it. I believe in you. I believe in this university. I believe in our great leader, Gene Taylor. Our boosters, they've been incredible. How do you deal with negativity at times? Like, because you're so transparent, you've given out your number, and it was for the students, but some adults got it too. And I tend to look over in the bus once in a while, and I see you like reading the DM. How do you stay poised when we lose a game like we did at St. John, and somebody might send you a message out of frustration? How do you stay?
I've been blessed that some of the messages that I've gotten from people have made a lot of sense. And if it does, then I tell them thank you, and we're going to work on it. And if I read into something and it's an emotional one, I'll usually just ignore it. And there are some that when they talk negatively about our players and they attack character, I'll just block them.
Okay.
So that's my thing. So I appreciate all the input at the end. I want you to know I do read them, and then I make a decision on how I'm going to respond to that. But that this is just part of it. We said we want to be one, right?
Said you wanted to be one.
Said want to be one, and so so I understand that this job comes with the parts that other people, it's just not all roses.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I told a friend this the other day. I said to him, he's like, man, the fan base is upset, blah, blah, blah. Got to calm him down. I said, look, man, they can't put more pressure on me than I do myself. I got a 1-year contract. Every April, I got to perform. For 19 straight years, I've performed enough to keep my job for the next year. And that's not what it's about for me, but I know what I'm dealing with every single day. I put pressure on myself. I'm hard on myself. And as you know, I got a new bundle of joy coming.
Yeah. Levi Joy will be here. By the time they cut and put this out, Levi Joy will be here. So, yeah, we all have stuff to worry. Ain't nobody puts more pressure on us than we put on ourselves. Nobody wants this place to be successful more than we do. And we experience the pain. Yeah. And I hate to lose. Winning has become a relief.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
And I hate to lose.
Yeah.
And so it's I hate when guys don't perform at their highest level or the best version of themselves, and I had an impact on it. Like it was something that I could have done, and so I'm always after everyone looking like, what could I have done better? Thank you for spending this time with me today and our fans and answering these questions. I think it's easy for people to understand why you've been so successful because of your energy and your passion and how much you care. And Wildcat Nation, thank you for tuning in to every Pod A Wildcat. This is Coach Jerome Tang signing out. Thank you.